Good evening to everyone. Really short live for everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Voice News and the Windy Bell Radio Network. Thank you so much for joining in. Just wanted to do a little quick live feed for everybody that is watching. Just letting you guys know where we are located and to be sure to be watching practically after tomorrow. Today is real late and we are a little bit exhausted and we're trying to head home, trying to head to the hotel that we are going to be staying at. So for people that they don't know our current location, I will not say exactly for security reasons where we are, but I can tell you that we are going to the border with Honduras. There are several borders that we are going to be located at, and as we are right now driving in Guatemala, in the country of Guatemala, we arrived today. I flew from 12 o'clock at night and I landed in Ciudad de Mexico at 5 o'clock in the morning. Hours, flew again, and guiding us all the way to the border between Guatemala and Honduras. You know, this is the first time that we come over here, so we are trying to be as more as secure as possible. We got the right people with us. So it is important for you guys to see this broadcast, as we are going to be live tomorrow for every single one of you, showing how this open border, open border agenda and, open border policies, how they are affecting other countries and how Guatemala is handling this humanitarian crisis. That right now you will see a lot of migrants returning. That's the most shocking thing for everybody that does not understand what is going on. A lot of the migrants are returning back to their countries, and it is unbelievable to say that. But because of the Biden border policies and the collateral damage that he already created and the chaos that he already created, a lot of these migrants are returning back to their homes. And imagine you spend all your life savings, you sold your property, you sold your car, you sold your business, you sold everything to come and to see if they can enter the United States of America. And now ultimately you're going to be returned back, and it is sad for these people, but they were lied to. That is the number one thing, that they told them that it was okay to migrate and enter to an irregular port of entry. And now here are the consequences of a lot of these migrants being returned back from the United States to Mexico. So we are driving right now. It's late at night. It is over here, the time over here, it's 7 o'clock at night. And we are driving to the border between Honduras and Guatemala. So we are currently visiting two different countries. The rules are different, the laws are different, the customs are different. Everything is different, so we got to get accustomed to the laws and the regulations of every country, and we have to respect their law and their order, and respect their customs, as we are foreigners in their country. So we need to be first and foremost legally transitating, as we are. We have all our paperwork with us, so people will, if we get stopped by an inspection point or something like that, we will have our passport and we will have everything with us for further inspections. But as you can say, we are transitating right now. We got something to eat real quick, just to for the road. We still got a little bit of hours to go. We are a little bit tired. We're not gonna lie, it has been a long flight. As you guys know, I always fly late at night, but today I knew that we were going to be driving for a little bit from one border to another border, as we landed in the city of Guatemala, the capital, and now we are currently driving all the way to the border with Honduras. So thank you. Buy me a coffee is pinned on the chat. I will actually appreciate your contributions and your help as we are traveling to other countries. Basically, we are right now trying to do our best to bring you guys the truth of what is happening over here. Just, things that are happening in Guatemala. There's been a massive deportations, constant deportations of migrants from Guatemala on an everyday basis. They're talking about that in the past month, between September and October, more than 31 entities enter the country of Guatemala. That statement was declared by the Institute of National Immigration of Guatemala. And also, there have been a lot of deportations consistently. The statistics of the immigration of Guatemala has signalized that more than 42,000 migrants from Guatemala have been deported and returned back from the United States all the way to the city of Guatemala. This comes with a humanitarian business that the Biden administration is creating, with more than 401 flights. They have been from departure from the United States as parts of the state of Texas. They're talking about Arizona, and also Texas and Arizona. Those are the most strong states, in particular with, the deportations which are happening. So this is what is actually, currently right now going on in Guatemala. Also, you have a huge bottleneck of people coming in, small amounts. This is what we came here to study and record, as the Venezuelan migrants still want to consistently come over, and after knowing that they are not going to be embedded immediately as they were before, but ultimately they still want to come over, and there's a migration of migrants. There's a lot of Venezuela still consistently coming into Guatemala, and the government of Guatemala is trying to do their best. Like there is corruption in Mexico, like there is corruption in every Central and South American country, but this is the collateral that in particularly it is happened to every country, and this is because of the Biden border policies, open border policies. If it wasn't for them, a lot of countries would not be having this kind of catastrophe. And a lot of people say, well, why don't you stop them in your country? And we respond to you, to all the people that they're asking this. So why don't you stop the open border policies? They don't want to go to Mexico. They don't want to go to Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua. The one that has the biggest responsibility right here, it is the Biden administration, which they're opening up their mouths and saying they want to be all humanitarian and trying to help the world. So now you have a crisis, and this has exacerbated into a point that is really difficult to get in. Mexico is causing a lot of problems, and we already know the north borders in Tijuana is causing a lot of problems. We already know. Juan, thank you so much for the coffees. Buy me a coffee, pin in the chat. Really greatly appreciate it if you guys want to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund. So we already know that it's causing on the north Tepic right now. It holds 1,000 migrants. Fran, thank you so much for the coffees. Thank you so much. And it holds around 15,000 migrants in San Pedro Tapanatepec. That is Oaxaca. Jerry Lee, Juan, and Fran, thank you so much for the coffees. Thank you. Well, basically, that migrant camp, it is a time bomb. Really, it's I'm sorry to say that word, manager, but we are in the little town called Zacapa right now in Guatemala. We're entering a little town called Zacapa right here. So we are, Melanie, thank you so much for the coffees. Yes, we are right now in Guatemala, going to the Honduras border. As you guys see right there, ¿cómo se dice? Teculutan. It is the place that we are located at right now. So as I was saying, you already know that in the north borders with Mexico there's a problem. In the south border in San Pedro Tapanatepec there is another problem that is it's a ticking bomb that is going to explode in one particular moment. More than 15,000 migrants waiting for a multiple migration form so they can move freely into the north borders. Now a lot of them, they're returning back to Tapachula and to also cross the Suchiate River back to Guatemala because they know that they're not going to be let in. So you're causing a lot of, dude, look what the Biden administration has caused. It caused migrants have lost their lives, lost their loved ones, lost all property, lost all everything, all belongings that they have, earned along the time. And now, now they're returning back empty-handed with empty promises done by the Biden administration. So this is Maxi Despensa. ¿Cómo me acuerdo de ese mercado? Ahí compramos un celular para el rescate. It is what the Biden administration has created. It is none other than that. Also, the globalist compact of immigration, which is the most irresponsible agreement. We got a Burger King over here in Guatemala. Look at that, Burger King over here. One of the most irresponsible organizations that is for humanitarian. Anonymous supporters, thank you so much for the coffees. Thank you so much. Share the video, like the video, share the video, like the video. Let's get more people involved. I know the signal was not great. I wanted to go live at StreamYard and get multiple platforms, but the signal was not great. So this is the road going to the border between Guatemala and Honduras. I just wanted to do a little clip video to talk to you guys, to tell you where we're going, for your expectations to be high, as we always try to bring the best that we can to the table in terms of information. And also in another countries, we're going to be in two countries, that is Guatemala and Honduras, and the borders between them. And it's important that we show this for people to know that if this influx is continuing, or if the Biden policies are in a way effective, or if they're working or not. So that is one of the things that, and what is the collateral damage of the migrants. I want to hear their opinions of what they think about Joe Biden now, that he was acting as a humanitarian and trying to make everybody believe that he was for saving the integrity of the migrants. But now we know that it's completely the opposite, and it is all because of what it's coming on November, their purpose. It's always been like that. A lot of these, talking to the colleague right here that we are working now from Guatemala, he understands the politics of the United States. He clearly has worked with international also networks for you guys to understand who am I with. So they all understand the purpose of the United States when it comes to, let me say the word, elections. So now we're seeing that everything is being done because of this process that is happening in November. And other countries are paying for this consequence of this people, that they acted like they wanted to have a responsibility on humans. Thank you so much, Miss Jan. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, basically, this is what it is. So God bless you, Mary Yates. Thank you so much. Thank you. A lot of people thought that I was never going to return back to Guatemala after what happened to me. And let me tell you guys, this is a beautiful country. It has a lot of resources. It has a lot of natural resources and minerals. A lot of potential to be a first-class world country. Even it has a lot of potential to be a great country. The thing that is rotten this country of Guatemala, it is the complete corruption, extortion, and insecurity as one of the most dangerous things that collapses and contributes to a pollution in the continent of America when it comes to Central and South America. And right now Mexico also is suffering because of that. And talking to them and knowing how big of a potential they have, we were talking about with our colleague right here from Guatemala, we're talking about Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, how he's fixing his country and how he is contributing to make his country great, and he's actually doing so, and they have their opinion. Later on during the week, let's see if he wants to be with me on a live feed and he can tell you guys in Spanish, this is what we see on him and this is what we see on our president. And hopefully hopefully we are going to explain everything that is happening between this country that is a beautiful country that is Guatemala, and we are here again visiting this great country. And not only that, we're going to go deeper into the trenches, deeper into the borders between Honduras and Guatemala. So the exposure of the truth has always been on our side of Real America's Voice News, Wendy Bell Radio Network, Border Network News, colleague Anthony Agüero, Ben Berquan, Frontline America. Download the app, Real America's Voice News. It is free. Go to the App Store and download the app. So we are driving right now. We are around, I don't want to say time, but we are not close from getting there. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we're exhausted. We're a little bit tired, and my cameraman Manuel de Jesus is in the back, ready to work tomorrow. Be sure to be watching all the hits that we're gonna do with Real America's Voice News, as it is Dr. Gina, and also with the War Room. We're gonna be live over there, bringing you guys live coverage of the open border. It's apparently, we just there's a thing that it has been going on for years that a lot of you guys don't know, is that in the triangle of Central America, there's no regulated borders. This is why a lot of people say, well, there's an open border between Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador. It has always been like that. It's free zone of circulation. That is the difference between, when you go to Mexico, when Mexico goes to the United States and other countries. So it has a world of a difference. You have to identify yourself, and they give you a permit immediately to transit for 30 days, 15 days, 25 days. It's exactly like Mexico, but it's more of a free process over here. It's way more different as to in the particulars of what a detailed migration can be. So we've got a Shell station over here, so you guys can know how international corporate America it's also in Guatemala. There's an inspection point right here of immigration. Look at that. This is for the migrants right here. There's an inspection point right here. As you guys can see, you guys saw right there firsthand. That's an inspection point for the migrants that they're coming and crossing. They are trying to do their best, and this is good that you saw that right now, because it tells you that the Guatemala authorities are trying to do something about it. They're trying to control, the migration, for them to understand that irregular migration is not the way, and also risking your family, it is not the way. And imagine this: there's no light in the roads. This is completely, for a lot of Americans, it's shocking, as they are saying, why is it so dark? This is the way it is in the roads. In Guatemala, there's no illumination. Also, in some places in Mexico, there's no illumination also. So you guys have that privilege of having, electrical roads that has electricity on them. So a lot of us, we don't have that privilege to have so. So thank you so much for joining in. We are live from the country of Guatemala. We are going to the border with Honduras, and tomorrow we are going to be broadcasting from there. God bless you all. We're tired. I will do a video in Spanish later on Instagram, but it is all for you guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Follow our platforms. Subscribe to our channel, and God bless you all.